Well, hello and welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel. My name is Mitchell Osborn. You can find me at mitchellosborn.com right there. This is going to be a Mercury Retrograde spread for the collective. It's a 7-card spread. I'll put that up in just a moment. And if you want to join me and you have a tarot deck, oracle deck, any deck, even Lenormand, go grab it, pause it, and come back, and I'll put the spread up in just a moment. But if you don't know what Mercury Retrograde is or why it's all a buzz is, retrograde is when a planet appears to be going backwards in the sky. It's like when you're overtaking somebody on the highway and they're going behind you, but really you're just traveling faster than them. And that's really what it's about. We're overtaking Mercury at this time. And from what I understand, I'm not an astrologer, but most planets do have their retrograde moment. So Mercury is the god of communication. So this is a time where the possibility and potential of communications can be messed up. Electronics, people often say it's not a great time to buy something, big investments, big changes, starting much new. I'm a fan of saying it's a wave of energy. Know how to ride the wave, and you're probably going to be okay. And trust your gut. If all of a sudden you're like, I really feel like maybe I should wait, then wait. But if you feel like, this feels good, and you know what, I may find out something new by having some, communication problems. But the cool thing is, during this retrograde period, which is, according to, it's 50-50 here, I looked it up, February 17th through March 10th. Now, some show a day earlier, so it could be as early as February 9th February 16th through the 9th of March. So yes, it is confusing. So just know that it's around that 9th or 10th of, I keep getting it backwards because we're already communication an issue, but we're already in the shadow. And I think it was Teresa Reed who said we're in the shadow, people, because of the election crap that happened in Iowa. And the shadow sometimes can be quite crazy as well. So some people will feel it more if they're more affected by the shadow, meaning it's about to start to happen. But again, February 16th or 17th, and then it goes about 3 weeks through March 9 or 10. So that's a time. And what's cool is it's a great time for you to rethink, review, rekindle, revisit, reevaluate, reassess. Anything that starts with RE, it's just a great time to look back over things, to reanalyze, to reinvent. Anything that has the re part of it. So I'm going to be using Gina Marchetti's Tarot of Dreams, and I'm using it mainly because it's got all the astrological symbols, zodiac signs and stuff on there. I'm good with zodiac, not so good with the planets and things like that. So you may be better than I am. So let me show you what the spread is going to look like. So there is the spread. So I'm shuffling the cards as I'm going to go through this. So the first card is going to be, what will this retrograde bring into your life or our life, since I'm reading collective? What aspect of our life will most be affected by this retrograde, and how can we minimize any damage or negative results? I love that part. And then what lesson needs to be learned during this period, or lessons need to be learned, and what part of my past do I need to reflect on in order to heal and aid in my journey, or our journey. And then the sixth card is kind of a twofold. It's like, what will the outcome of this period be? Is it going to be generally positive and learning, which is what I hope, or is it going to be full of misunderstanding and damage? And I really think you can get the more positive learning experience if you focus on something like the spread and put your attention on it. So if you've got your own cards, grab them. I'm going to do one more shuffle and one final cut and put the cards down. So the first card, what will this retrograde bring into our lives? Just what you don't want to see, people. 10 of Swords. So it will bring some frustration. That's Gemini. And Gemini, this is that, dual personality, that flip-flop back and forth. It's connected back to the Lover's card as well in tarot. But yes, there will be some pain here during this retrograde. And it could be because of just a lot of the stuff going on the world stage and politics and all that kind of stuff. And we're talking about communications. We're talking about misunderstanding electronics. We've got the coronavirus out there at the recording of this, and you talk about a crazy upsetting time that could affect us even more as a global thing. So what aspect of your life will most be affected by this retrograde? the aspect. So this is the Knight of Swords, and this is Aquarius energy. So, and we're going into Aquarius. So what will be affected mostly, and actually it is Aquarius at the recording of this, it will be the movement forward, especially of our thoughts. So we might find that all this frustration might really become a little complicated on our thoughts and the thinking process. And again, this could come back to understanding and communication. Card number 3, how can you minimize the damage and negative results of this retrograde? This is 5 of coins. Minimize it, reaching out for help. This is Taurus energy, maybe releasing the stubbornness that you might have. But I love this card because this is often they're reaching out, asking for help because they feel like they're in a place of lack and not having enough and not believing in the abundance. So I really feel like, reaching out for help, or, really tighten up your money, tighten up your spending, tighten up, where you're expending that, money, the resources, the finances, your body. Maybe a time if you're running races and marathons to pull back a little bit, maybe not train so hard. All right, card number 4, what lesson needs to be learned during this period? And this is 4 of coins, and that's kind of just what I said, holding on to your money just a little bit more, Capricorn energy. So what lesson? Make sure you keep track of your money, your resources, your finances, the body. Maybe that pain and frustration that we might be experiencing might affect the body. Our emotions come out into our body. They turn into that dis-ease because we're not in a place of ease and probably not in a place of harmony and alignment. So I would say definitely, what lesson needs to be learned? When to close the box of money and hold on to it and not spend it so much. 4 of coins. All right, card number 5. What part of your past do you need to reflect on in order to heal and aid you in your journey? And this is 7 of Wands, Leo energy. Reflect on where you've been combative. Reflect on where you've reacted to situations rather than responded to them. And this is something that I pull from my mindfulness and hypnotherapy training. Because most of the time we're driving down the road, we're in a situation, somebody says something, and we just react to it, and we're angry, and we're mad, and we're pissed, or we're, or someone winks at us, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the love. That's the love of my life. Where if we take that mindful breath and then respond, then this is where I think this can kind of help us, because we've got the Mars energy up here and we've got that Leo energy, again, very combative at this surprise that has just kind of popped us in the face. So that was 2, 4, 5. Card number 6, or the final card. I'm doing this right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Card number 6 is, I feel like there should be more cards. So what will the outcome of this period be? Will it be generally positive and learning experience, or is it going to be full of misunderstanding and damage? High Priestess. I think this will definitely be a learning experience, and probably one where we will trust our intellect, trust our intuition, trust our beautiful moon energy, our receptive, very psychic, intuitive energy. And also, and this is 2, so this is where we're probably going to trust, being able to partner with people and connect with people, just feels like it will definitely be a very positive experience. I think if we pay attention and, kind of follow this path a little bit. So what's the energy going to be like? 10 of Swords, a little bit crazy. What's going to be most affected? Probably your movement forward, communication, your understanding, that Aquarius energy. And then card number 3, how can you minimize the damage or the negative effect? Reach out for help. Maybe stay in. Maybe not spend your money, your resources, finances, your time quite so much. And then what lesson might be able to be learned? And that's that 4 of coins. Yeah, hold it on to your buddy. Hold it on to your resources. Banking it for a day that you need it. And then what part of your past do you need to heal? That reactive reaction to things rather than coming at it from a place of response and calm, emotional thing. And then ultimately, positive experience with the High Priestess, beautiful moon, passionate, intuitive, knowing energy. So there you go. Thank you for watching, retweeting, subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you click on the little bell icon, then you'll get deliveries when I download things like this and my Sunday night lives. I do mindfulness. I alternate mindfulness one week and animal communication another week. And then V and I do a little tarot reading on our shenanigans. We're trying to do it every other week, but lately it's been about once a month or every 3 weeks. And we'll be able to get back on schedule once I get back from my vacation in March. So namaste. Have an amazing day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Until next time, bye-bye.